Yeah.
Okay, echo is gone.
Hi.
Please accept me, Eunice, on. Hi, everyone. Please accept me on IG. Hi, good afternoon. Good evening, rather. It's a rather um, rainy evening here. My light has been blinking. The wind is really strong. But yeah, so I hope everyone is okay. Yeah, so we are live again.
Attorney
There
Bill,
you
you're not
go.
able to join
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram.
There, I'm connecting. Okay. So I'm also live on IG. Hi. So I'm using my personal IG tonight. Yeah. So thank you for hosting, Eunice. Again, good evening, everyone. We are early. Yeah. So welcome to Bixie Meetups at 6:30 p.m. So we'll introduce our new host, and I think her name is Eunice. So Eunice,
6:30
take the
p.m.
floor.
So we'll introduce our new host, and I think her name is Eunice. So Eunice, 6:30 p.m. So we'll introduce our new host.
I'm hearing an echo, guys. Sorry. I think if you
Uh,
have anything open on your computer, like if you have Facebook open, you're going to have to turn it off or put it on
mhm.
mute.
I think we're already okay. Hello.
Yeah, I'm
There's no
good.
echo anymore on my part. Okay. Hi
Yeah.
everyone. Yes, we're a bit early, but it's fine. We can wait for everyone to come in and watch. Good evening. So it's another happy Thursday today, and I'm really excited about this talk because we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Like so much happened this week, and we're also planning to discuss and to talk about a lot of new things about the app. And the thing that I'm excited about is the climb, which will be discussed later. So, Attorney Will, how are you? How was
I'm
your
good. I'm good. So my new role is to say hi to all the audience who are watching via Facebook, IG, LinkedIn. So I will be the one to say hi to everyone. So I hope you like that. Yeah.
Yes, I guess let's just wait for some people to like come in and join us here, like to watch it.
Okay. All right. So it's 6:28, no, Eunice?
Yes.
Ano ba yung gagawin natin? I think may music ka kanina. So maybe you could play some music while people are sharing, sharing our live. And I'm saying hi to everyone who's here on Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay.
So let's go. Let's watch because you'll be learning so much stuff about this Thursday, and it's actually really promising. And I myself, I'm really, really excited about it. And you can also put on your questions as early as now or your reactions and stuff. And together, let's listen and let's be engrossed for today. Yay! Okay, so there's already a question, but yes, we'll answer that later. Very exciting. I love it. Okay, so is everyone in already? We've got 1 minute left for start. I know in some parts of the country, in the Philippines, it's raining. Here, although in my place it's not that. I mean, it's gloomy, but it's not really raining. But to everyone who's watching, stay safe and make sure that you get a spot where there's good Wi-Fi signal so that you can watch us all throughout the shows or all throughout the live. Because this episode is really something to like to watch and excited. Okay, so Miss Rosalia, hi, how are you?
Hi. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. And also, everybody in the IG universe hear me? All good? No echoes? Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
Perfect. Finally, no echoes.
Okay, perfect.
Well, look, I'm really excited today. I always like to start on time because, those who showed up turned up. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us at another Bixie meetup. So as you know, we have these every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Manila. So everybody knows where to find Team Bixie. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, this is where you find us. We're here every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. So you'll always know where you can reach out, where you can ask questions, where you can stay in touch, and most importantly, where you can learn. So today is no exception. Today we are going to be learning, but there's an interesting twist. We'll be learning very specifically about something called Learn to Earn. I'm sure a number of you have kind of heard of this. So I'll be elaborating on what that means and what it means for you. And then we'll actually walk through how to do it, because that's what makes Bixie meetups unique. We don't just talk about things, we actually show you how to do things to get you on a path towards financial empowerment. So I'll stop talking now. I'll save the best for when we have our session. So I'll hand over to Eunice, who's going to walk us through some just brief housekeeping rules and kick us off with the things you need to download in order for the rest of the session to make sense. So Eunice, over to you.
Thank you so much. So for everyone who's new in our Facebook page, let me explain to you what Bixie is. So Bixie is a platform that connects women who wants to invest with the knowledge, network, and tools to start investing. So you can explore Bixie on different platforms. First, we have our website. It's www.mybixie.com. And you can follow us on Instagram and, of course, on Facebook, where most of the people are watching right now via live. Hi to everyone. And we also have our Twitter account. And most importantly, of course, Bixie is an app that you can download on Apple Store and on Play Store. So as we talk right now, or even while watching this live, feel free to download the app. Of course, it's definitely for free. We won't charge you for any registration fees or download fees. Just go on, download the app and explore and own the app. You have to feel it and make it like your second nature in using it, because during these times you have to be financially invested and rather financially independent, and the app would really help you with that. But we'll go further into details with that for now. Bixie, yes, it's a tool and it's a platform that helps women in being financially knowledgeable. But we are not here to give financial advice, but we are just here to guide you and such. And that's it. So without further ado, I am here to introduce to you our speaker for tonight. So she's none other than our Bixie's CEO, Ms. Rosalia Gitao. But before that, I would have to read everything. Okay, so Attorney Rosalia Gitao is a tech executive, attorney, author, and humanitarian. He is the CEO, of course, of Bixie, which is an award-winning wealth generation app for women, recognized as top fintech company by Manila Times, Manila Bulletin, 1 Million Startups, and the Financial Alliance for Women and Women's World Banking. Rosalia has over 15 years of international private and public experience in Africa, the Middle East, and the Americas, with the United Nations, Alibaba, Shearman, and Sterling, and the governments of the USA, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. She is a PEN Award nominee and the co-founder of the Humanitarian Women's Network, the largest global network in the humanitarian industry. She is a United Nations University and Brookings Institution scholar and holds an MSc for the London School of Economics and JD from New York University School of Law. Now she is based in Bangkok, where she lives with her husband and daughter, and hails from the Philippines and Kenya by way of California. So let's give it up for our CEO, Ms. Rosalia Gitao.
What? Thank you for that very, very long intro. That just shows how old I am. So before we get started, I think a really important thing that Eunice mentioned is that you should download the app. Why you have to download the app is because today is all about our Learn to Earn platform. And the only place you're going to find that is inside of the app. So I'm going to give Eunice and the team a couple of minutes to put up the QR code. So if you don't have the Bixie app right now, you can just put your phone to the screen, download the Bixie app, and we'll give you a couple of minutes to go ahead and download and register so that the rest of this discussion actually makes practical sense to you.
I don't wait. But I think the QR code is still loading. But for the meantime, they can download the app and they can search for it via Google Play Store and Apple Store.
Okay, so while we wait for Eunice and the team to pull up the QR code, you can also visit our website at www.mybixie.com, where you can find the QR codes, or you can visit the Apple Store, the Google Play Store, and you can type in MyBixie.
Okay, so before we go into the topic proper, Ms. Rosalia, since like what I've mentioned earlier, this week really a lot of things happened, and most especially like the one that I'm excited to hear about is your climb in Switzerland. I mean, can you tell us more about that climb? Because I'm really, really, really excited to know firsthand information, especially that you were able to climb there, like in the Swiss Alps.
So actually, this climb was really inspired by launching our Learn to Earn platform. So for those of you who are new to kind of the fintech world, what does Learn to Earn actually mean? It actually means what's in the name. So you earn by learning. So a big pain point, a big problem that Bixie is trying to fix is the fact that women lack financial literacy. And because we lack this knowledge, it's preventing us from beginning to invest, right? So how we plan on like encouraging you to learn is by giving you something in order to learn. And this giving of something is actually our very own token, our own cryptocurrency token. Token hasn't been officially launched yet. However, we are giving just exclusive to our Bixie app users called pre-availability. So you'll have pre-availability to this token before the greater public has availability to this token. What that means is every time you go onto our app, we have a new release coming out tomorrow. Every time you go onto our app, and let's say you participate inside of the community chat, like during the course of this session, I'm going to be asking questions. If you put an answer to it inside of the app, we'll give you Bixie cryptocurrency tokens in exchange for this correct answer. That's a Learn to Earn. So when you participate in the community on the app, when you take a financial literacy quiz on the app, when you play any one of our games, and our games are super important for your own journeys. If you haven't done so already, take Bixie Number Game. It's going to change your life. All of these things you're going to be rewarded with Bixie cryptocurrency. And for those of you who joined us a few weeks ago when we had the crypto community, and 7,500 of that community joining for that event, one of the things that was apparent from our speaker was actually how his whole financial journey kind of really kickstarted was he was part of a Learn to Earn platform for this Axie game. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this. This is very similar. That was pay to play, i.e. that people were paid tokens in crypto to play. Ours is Learn to Earn. So you earn by learning. We don't just want you to play games. We want you to actually increase your financial knowledge while you're also playing games and while you're also earning. So again, this is a chance. Go on the Apple Store or Google Play Store, download the app, because now you can already see in some games, and tomorrow you'll see even more games where you can start earning BixCoin, our own cryptocurrency token, in exchange for learning. So all of that to say, I went to the top of the Swiss Alps very much with the intention of bringing awareness to two things. the fact that we were finally launching our Learn to Earn platform and our cryptocurrency token. So it was kind of the beginning of our Web3 journey. And quite literally, what is Web3? We had a session about this a few weeks ago. By the way, all of our old sessions you can also find inside of the Bixie app in live events. You can see all of our sessions that were recorded. So we did one on, what is blockchain? And blockchain is quite literally networking people onto a chain. And the more people you network, the stronger it becomes. And that is the essence of exchanging information. So I thought nothing was quite more literal than chaining myself to 80 other women on a mountain to really illustrate the strength of what happens when women quite literally tie ourselves in, like blockchains ourselves in, and what we can accomplish as a result. So what we ended up actually accomplishing was a world record, which was amazing. But more importantly than accomplishing a world record was that every single woman, regardless of her experience level, managed to get to the top. This was a bit of a miracle, especially for myself. I'm more of a little bit of a hiker, not a mountaineer. I'm also afraid of heights. So, 4,000 meters or 12,000 feet is a little bit in excess of what I'm usually comfortable with. And even I managed to get to the top. And the only reason myself and a handful of the other debutantes managed to make it to the top was because we were really, really, really well supported. We had these amazing female guides that just encouraged us all along the way. We had each other, our teammates, who were encouraging us the entire way. I remember before our climb began, my female mountain guide, she said, this is going to be really, really hard. And for some of you, it's going to be really, really hard. I just need you to keep remembering, or to every time it gets really hard, ask yourself, can I take one more step? I must have asked this, I'm not kidding, probably like 10,000 times, because there was at least 10,000 steps or 10,000, 11,000 steps. I probably asked it 999 times. It was hard. There's barely any oxygen once you get over a certain, over a certain altitude. So I have altitude sickness. I'm afraid of heights. This is not comfortable for me. It was really difficult. But again, because I networked myself into 80 women who were just so encouraging, and not only did I manage to get to the top, but we managed to actually set like a Guinness World Record, which is, insane considering the experience level of a handful of us. So again, I just wanted to kind of not only illustrate, but embody what we are doing here at Bixie. We are trying to achieve things that have never been done before, right? We know that women are largely excluded from investment. We know that's because people who create investment products, people who create financial products are generally not women, and they generally don't understand how we function and what we need. We know that we're, beginning an upward climb, right, at Bixie. We know that. But we also know that by linking ourselves to each other, by creating this supportive community that we create every single Thursday at 6:30 p.m., that we can actually surmount what seems like insurmountable tasks, insurmountable, activities. Like I said, I could barely go over 2 flights of stairs, and suddenly I found myself mind blown, straddling the top of an alpine mountain. I was shocked. All I kept saying when I got to the top was, I can't believe I'm doing this, right? I want every single woman who's part of the Bixie community to say that to themselves one day, that we all kind of came to the Bixie community knowing that we were looking for a better life, knowing that part of making our dreams come true, part of creating a secure and safe environment for our family was about having the financial means to do that, right? And so this really important step that so many of you have taken just by joining us today, just this 1 hour that you spend while you're on your commute, is such an important first step. But it's most certainly not the last step. It's not even like the second to last step. The first step is showing up. The next step, honestly, is downloading the app. The step after that is going back into the app. Read a financial article every day. Watch one of the amazing videos that we have curated for you. We have some incredible speakers and teachers who are instructing you on the best ways to save and to invest and to budget. Some of these videos are 3 minutes long. So just put them on while you're taking care of the kids or while you're getting ready to work. That's a really important third step, right? Show up, download, go back in the app, learn something. Then many steps. Then join a community circle inside of the app. Set a financial goal for yourself inside of the app. Play some of our games about savings, investing, and budgeting inside of the app. Most importantly, and I swear I say this every time, know your number. If you don't know your number, you don't you're at less than square one, right? Know your number. We help you. We've literally digitized it, and you'll receive cryptocurrency in exchange for knowing the most important number that you'll ever know. So all of this to say, I did something I never, ever thought I would do. Not once, but twice. The first time was obviously starting Bixie, which, by the way, while I was pregnant. The second was straddling on top of a 4,000 meter mountain, being afraid of heights and having never climbed more than, I don't know, like a 100-foot hill. So all of this to say, you all are embarking on something that you've never done before. It's many steps. When things get hard, ask yourself, can you take one more step? But all that matters is that you just take one more step and you will get to the other side. So showing up is part of it. Next step, download. Next step, every single day, just do 5 minutes of something towards your financial future. And we provided everything that you need to do inside of the Bixie app. So Eunice, that was a very long response to your question, but I hope that kind of illustrates, what brought me to the top, what brought me here, what brought me to the top of the mountain, and thankfully, what safely brought me back down again.
Yes, actually, thank you very much for that brief story of yours with your experience in the Swiss Alps. Actually, I was personally waiting for your posts or for the pictures that you're sending us, because it's really fun watching it, and you're really inspiring considering the fact that you have the fear of heights and yet you were able to get there. And what's nice about that is that climb of yours and what Bixie's purpose is about is totally about women empowerment, women being on top of everything, being independent. But of course, every woman, before they be empowered and all, they must first learn how to be financially independent and how to be empowered, which leads me to encourage everyone to kindly and please download the app right now. While watching, it's flashed on your screens. You can just scan the QR code, download it via Google Store, Google Play, and the App Store. And with that, since I mentioned that women should first be empowered and second must learn how to empower or to be empowered, which leads me to my question: what is this learn to earn platform of Bixie, Rosalia, that you're talking about, and how can women participate and be involved in this new update of the app that they have to download, of course?
Sorry, can you say that one more time? I just had it.
Okay, what is this learn to earn platform of Bixie?
Okay. Yes. All right. So, learn to earn. Learn to earn. Learn to earn. You know how we went to school for like 12 years? And not only did they not give us anything in return, we usually had to pay.
Yes.
So this, you're right. Fault in that. This is the reverse. We're actually going to pay you in our cryptocurrency to learn what wasn't taught to us in school. And what's really crazy is, don't feel alone, Filipinas. So nobody in any country in the world was basically given a financial literacy education. Let that sit with you for a minute. Nobody, not in the US, not in France, not in Singapore, nobody sat us down, even though we were in school, mandatory, right, for like 12 years. Nobody sat us down and explained how to do our taxes. Nobody sat us down and explained how to start an investment, what compound interest is. These are really light. And then all of a sudden we're adults, we get our first job and we're like, what? And you're spending too much money and you have credit cards and you don't understand what interest rates are. It's so irresponsible. And so the first step what we need to do before we begin, like, okay, I'm going to make money and I'm going to invest. First thing you need to do is you need to learn. And we're going to make this easy for you, not only by making the learning small bits of learning, right? So like a 5-minute video, a 4-minute game, not even 4 minute, like a 30-second game, right? We're going to take books and books and condense them down and make it easy. We're also going to give you cryptocurrency in exchange for that. Why did I decide to do this? Why did I decide to give cryptocurrency in exchange for you learning things that you need to learn? I did it for two reasons. I did it because, number one, cryptocurrency is such a necessary thing that people learn. And I started working in crypto in 2017. And so I had to learn everything. And the best way to learn about crypto is not by reading about it, it's by doing it. So the sheer act of like, oh, I have to open a CoinsPH wallet. Oh, I have to, Bixie is going to send us crypto. Okay, how do I receive it? Where do I find it? Just doing that is learning. So I'm preparing you at Bixie, we're preparing you for the future of finance, because whether we want to accept it, cryptocurrency is going to be the future of finance. So you need to, it's kind of like, back when people were using shells for money and somebody said, no, you need to learn how to use bills. And everyone's like, I don't want to learn that. No, you need to learn how to use bills. You need to learn how to use crypto. So the first reason I wanted to give you crypto in exchange for learning is because you need to just understand, how are you going to receive it? How are you going to send it? How are you going to use it? You're going to learn by doing, okay? The second reason is because the number one interest of topic from all of our users is crypto. Yet none of our users have ever even touched it. So it's important to start. So you need to kind of have some exposure to it to really start not only learning about it, but to even understand it as an instrument, right? So I think those are the two reasons why we decided, all right, this is the time to not only encourage our users to learn, we need to show them through experience what decentralized finance and crypto and all of that is about. Because everybody is still learning by the books, and you need to learn by actually doing something with it. So in our Learn to Earn platform, we have opportunities to gain BixCoin, so Bixie cryptocurrency, in multiple ways, but three principal ways, which is based on our pillars: knowledge, networking, tools, right? In knowledge, if you take any of our games, for example, so we have like a budgeting game, an investing game, a savings game, the what's my number game. Seriously, you have to do the what's my number. Like, you need to know your number. You're going to earn BixCoin. So you take the game, 2 minutes later, boom, you have BixCoin. It's available inside of the app. Okay. The second one is network. This is super important. Why? Because your network is your net worth. You're not going to figure out how to start growing your net worth if you don't have a network, right? Where do you find your jobs? Where do you find investment opportunities? We're rich people. You find it through your network, through friends. So every time you go into the Bixie community and you start a post that is helpful. So you'll start by, hey guys, I just learned, I'm interested to learn more about crypto. Here's an article that I want to learn more about. Does anybody want to know? You're going to be rewarded with crypto. So, and then the second so let's say Eunice was like, oh, that was a really cool article. And she responds to your article. She's going to earn crypto for being an active member of the community. Anything that you do that is positive and contributes to the community, you're going to earn crypto. So that's in the second part. That's it's imperative to set a goal, to set financial goals. I usually start every year with setting a goal. And a goal is not a number. A goal is actually a dream that then you quantify as a number. So the goal is like, I'd really love to pay off all my credit card debt. Or, I'd really like to buy a house. The second step after you have this dream, attach a number to it. Go into the Bixie app and set a goal. The second you set a goal, you're going to earn BixCoin. Then as you start moving towards your goal, i.e. adding towards your goal, you're going to be earning, because we are rewarding positive financial behavior. We're rewarding your learning, we're rewarding your connecting with other people, and we're rewarding you hitting your goals. All of this is meant to, our mission at Bixie is to get you to start moving towards your financial future. And so whatever we can do to encourage that, we are going to do. And part of that encouraging is obviously giving cryptocurrency. So if you want to understand more about this, you can Google learn to earn. You can also Google pay to play. So Axie is a big model. Everybody knows about Axie. They did exactly the same thing, and it ended up doing really, really well, and really, really helping a lot of people. So that's what we're trying. That's what we're doing at Bixie. That's learn to earn. So I'm a mom. I'm running a business. I have basically no time. So I created a lot of, I worked with our team to create a lot of things that are really easy and fast. So, go inside, take a quick game, read a quick article, give a quick shout out, learn something from your peers, set a quick goal. You can do all of this while you're sitting in the unfortunate traffic situation that is Manila on any given day. Take 5 minutes for yourself and your financial future every single day.
Actually, I've been using the app like every night, like before I go to sleep. I'm making sure that it's always in my habit, and before I sleep that I browse through the articles. And what's really nice about the app, it's being true to its word, learn to earn. You get to learn while having fun, and you get to take quizzes and you earn points. So it's about learning, but not in the boring way. You're also earning points, and at the same time you're having fun because your knowledge is tested, and you get to know yourself more on like how you spend. So I play this game inside the app. It teaches you like what kind of spender you are, and it gives you tips at the end of the game on how you should save, on how you should spend. And I'm like, ooh, okay, so that's me. So I have to work on that, or rather I have to change my spending and improve on my saving habits. So what's nice about the app is you get to interact with people. It's actually a nice habit instead of you just browsing through Instagram, browsing on your newsfeed on Facebook. Why not try to immerse yourself in the app instead of reading irrelevant stuff, or rather stuff that will give you stress? I mean, just browse through the app, interact with people there. There are different circles inside. You can answer their questions, you can post your own questions, and really everyone would be happy to answer you there. I mean, I can attest to that. So yes, it's really interactive and it's really fun. And even though it takes a lot of my time, it's worth it. I mean, I'm learning, and at the same time, yes, I'm earning. So learn to earn, right? So there. So apart from what we have discussed and what we have mentioned, Miss Rosalia, I mean, I know you said a lot of stuff already before, but what makes our app, the Bixie app, stand out from the usual apps of the same purpose, or rather goal, that's in App Store or in Google Play?
Yeah. I think what makes us really stand out. So firstly, there's nothing quite like Bixie available in the market. In fact, that's why we started Bixie. I woke up one day and I was 33 and I realized I was, a former lawyer, and I was working for the UN, and and I kind of looked around and I was like, I have no idea. Like, I don't have any investments. I have no idea about money. And I can't believe and so I literally started Googling. I'm like, okay, where do I find something to help me with money? And it's like, there's nothing there. So there's nothing quite like, there's budgeting apps, right? But like, who likes budgeting? Nobody. Everybody, like the second I think about budgeting, I get anxiety, and everybody feels the same way. There's budgeting apps. There's also like straight investment apps, right? Like Robinhood, but then it's too intimidating. You're like, I don't even know what I don't know. So I knew, particularly when it came to the female market, there had to be something to bridge this. Like, I needed to learn while I also did at the same time. I needed to learn and do, and learn and do. And with that learning and doing, I was building my confidence, and that this was going to end up in me having higher, investment opportunities. And so that's what we built at Bixie. It's about, I can learn, I can talk to other people, and I can start taking steps towards investment. Good, I can do, and if it's like, ooh, maybe that investment's too serious for me, I can then talk to somebody else and see what they think about it. It's really intended to nudge women to start investing. So it's kind of, it's an all-inclusive. So I think what makes us distinct in the market, we're not like, oh, buy some products, or we're not just like talking about investment. It's we can think about it and we can do it in one platform, and we can talk to other people about it all at the same time, which is how we tend to want to make financial decisions, right?
Yes. So since this app is downloadable and available not only in the Philippines or in Asia but around the world, since of course there are women, a lot of women around the world, will Bixie's financial literacy resources be available in other languages, hopefully someday, wherein a lot of women in different parts of the world still cannot speak or understand English?
Absolutely. So for now, our financial literacy and our financial products are unique to the Philippines market. But as we grow and expand to other countries, we absolutely will localize both. Our financial products obviously have to be locally regulated, so we work with partners. So those will always be available locally wherever we expand. And in terms of financial content, of course, it has to be localized, and it will be in different languages. So our plan right now for expansion is we want to be in the Philippines, then we want to move throughout Southeast Asia, and then we want to go to Sub-Saharan Africa. Why and how are we making these decisions? So I'm going to say the word that's on everybody's mind and like no everyone's sick of, but it's like all we're thinking about. And the word is inflation. Bixie's growth strategy is really tied to where people are being hit hardest by inflation. Why? Because when you're hit by inflation, you have to figure out a way to earn more money. And it can't be from another job only, right? Because you only have so many hours in a day. So it becomes really, really important to figure out how to make your capital not lose 7% a day. So what that means is you need to have an investment that gains 7% every day, like in order to not lose any money. So a lot of the places that are really interested in Bixie, so we've done market research in certain places where inflation is high, where people are like, look, I need to figure out how to invest like tomorrow. So there's this sense of urgency, right? And everybody in the Philippines has seen it. You're literally, because inflation is at 7 or 10%, it means that today 100 pesos is worth 100 pesos. Tomorrow it's worth 90 pesos. The day after it's worth 81 pesos, right? Like every day you're literally losing the value. And so to counteract that, you need to have an investment that's like every day, today it's 100 pesos is my investment. Tomorrow it's 110 pesos. The day after it's 121 pesos, right? Like you need something to counteract that, to make it such that you're not losing any money.
So you talked about investing and saving, that we cannot have another job if that's possible, because we only have enough hours for the day to work, to be with our family, and to sleep. What about investing and saving? Actually, this topic is quite intimidating to the younger generations like me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that young anymore. But for the Gen Z, or for the younger ones, like talks on investing, they find it boring and they think that it's only for the older people. I mean, it's not yet our time. We're still here enjoying. So, how can you encourage them to be more involved, or to start saving as young as they are? Because I believe that when you start early with saving, then you'll have so much more as you grow old. So, what can you advise them, or how can you encourage them to start saving as early as now?
So I would, I totally understand, like when you're in your 20s, you're barely earning any money. So the idea of like saving some and investing some is like, okay, I barely earn any money and I want to enjoy it also. I would put it like this. I know, for example, every single person has a dream, okay? While I was a lawyer, while I was working for the UN, I secretly dreamed of being a writer, right? Like to write books. Your dream, and you might dream of being a K-pop star, or somebody might dream of traveling the world, right? And a lot of our dreams are before we're 65, right? And that's usually the retirement age. So if you plan on making your dreams happen before you retire, you're going to need a little money to take a sabbatical, to take some time off, to invest in those dreams, to, spend some time working on those dreams. So think about it like that. Like, you're sitting at your desk job, you're 25 years old. If you ask yourself the following question, do I see myself doing this for the rest of my life? And if the answer is no, you need to have a plan, an escape plan. And that escape plan involves money. So you need to be thinking about that. In fact, that's actually how I thought of it. When I was in my 20s, I wasn't thinking about retirement, like, that's like far off. But what I was always thinking about was, I do want to be a writer one day. So I need to have at least enough money so I can finish my book in 1 year. So I need to always save a little bit of money so that I can take a year off from having to work, move to Paris, and write my book. And you want to know what's amazing? I actually did exactly that. I did it at 29 years old. I managed to save enough money so I could write a book for a whole year in Paris. So think about your dreams. Think about what you want. If you ask yourself, can I see myself doing this for the rest of my life, like sitting at your job? If your answer is no, you need to be having a dream fund, which means you need to be saving. And the best way to save, so when you're saving, you should also be investing a little bit, because investment makes money faster for you.
Oh my gosh, that's really... I'm so speechless because I'm already 28 and I'll be turning 29 next year, and I don't know what's happening with my life, but of course, it's like, whoa, you're a major inspiration, okay? And I'm really blown away by your story. Oh my gosh, at 29, that's a major feat. Oh my gosh. So with that, so with what you did with your life and where you are right now, of course, can you name like a few women who inspired you and rather paved the way for you in the industry? Because I know that each and every one of us, we have our own inspiration in like achieving our dreams and or being financially educated and all. I mean, who inspired you, or rather who pushed you in starting this movement or this advocacy of yours?
You know what's funny? Do I have role models? I've admired some people, I guess, but you know what's really strange? I always thought more about who I wanted to be and what I wanted to be doing in 20 years. So that's why I really say, like, I really encourage everybody, like, start from within. Ask yourself, take 5 minutes today, go inside of the Bixie app, write down 3 of your top dreams. Like, I dream of traveling the world. I dream of being a dancer. I dream of going to graduate school. First, the beginning of every great journey begins with a single step, right? And the first step is articulating, like, what do you want from your life? And then the second step is making a plan, setting a goal, right? And then discipline is like the 9,000 other steps towards the summit, right? Like towards the end of the goal. So I think just like offhand, you know, as I mentioned, like I'm half Filipino and half Kenyan, and like we didn't grow up with parents, and I didn't, you know, I knew I had to make my own way in the world. So I knew I had to become financially independent and free. And so I think I admired a lot of people who were financially independent, who didn't necessarily come from, you know, parents giving them a lot of money. So I think that knowing that that was possible was really important for me. But I think recently, if I can share this, one thing that this trip that I took with these 80 women to break a world record, one thing that really changed my perception. One of the great things about my career, I've always been interacting with amazing women. I meet so many amazing women in the world, but these women were different. They weren't just, oh, I've done this and accomplished, like blah, blah, blah. They had a different way of approaching the world. These women, they weren't, like, nobody was like particularly talented at something or particularly good at something. What they were, though, they had no limits. These women who traverse mountains around the world. These women who, one woman I talk about a lot, she's an Olympic skier from India of all countries, right? Not necessarily renowned for winter sports. And she did this with a pair of wooden skis that she had to have made because that's all she could afford. And she didn't have a ski lift to get up the Himalayas. She had to walk up and then ski down, walk up, and now she's going to go to the Olympics. Like, these are women who they're not women who have no fear. They all had fear. They all had hesitation, but they decided that they weren't going to have limits. And that really, really inspired me. I met another woman. She literally crossed the Atlantic Ocean in a rowboat after she turned 50. And that was her first adventure. She never adventured before that. She was a desk person. I just think it's really important when setting out, like, what I want at Bixie. It's not about money. You know what's really funny about, like, we talk, we're fintech and we're a finance app and setting financial goals. Money is not the objective. Your dreams, the life that you want is the objective. And you need money to get there, right? So the first step is, what is your dream? And then use Bixie as a way of creating a strategy and a plan and a community to achieve that dream. That's how I use Bixie. That's how I use money. Money is not there, I'm not like swimming in money. It's there so that I can go and do things that I dream about doing. And that's something that I think I really learned from these amazing women that I was able to spend my last week with. They don't even have, it's great. They don't even have any limits. Their dreams first, and then everything else comes afterwards. It was really, really inspiring. So I am also committed to living a limitless life. This is not the first grand adventure I'm going to do. And Bixie, I really want to bring that, not feeling, I want to bring that recognition to every woman in the Bixie community. I want her to know she is limitless and that we're really here to help her achieve all of her most insane dreams.
Okay, wow. So that's an inspiring answer again to the question. And like what you mentioned earlier, Bixie is here to help women achieve their dreams. But of course, before they get to achieve their goals or their dreams, of course, they have to have money, and they have to have something to get that goal and to get that dream. So with that, the app will be having its BixCoin. So let's talk about the BixCoin. So can you tell us more about it, and what can we expect about it, and when do you expect the BixCoin to be out?
Yeah. So the BixCoin is our very own cryptocurrency token. For those of you who tuned in to, our pub quiz, you'll know what all of that means. If you haven't, download the Bixie app. You can check out our pub quiz event from a few Thursdays ago. So it's our very own proprietary cryptocurrency. Why did we decide to create a cryptocurrency? Because cryptocurrency is the language of the blockchain, and blockchain is the future of finance. So we're joining the future. We are part of this is part of our Web3 build out. You will already have access to our tokens. Only exclusive to Bixie users will you have access to our tokens. The wider public will not have access to our tokens until at least 6 months from now. There are strategic reasons that we wait. We want to bring as much value to the token as we possibly can. And a lot of that value is driven by how we decide to use and interact with the token. So it won't be until at least the end of the year where we'll make it available to the wider public. We're actually going to be setting a timer. So stay tuned. We'll have a timer on our website where only members of our community will have exclusive access to our token up until that particular time. So this Learn to Earn platform is really just a limited time. It's not going to be indefinite. As soon as our crypto is available for the wider public, we'll no longer be rewarding it for our community. So I really encourage everybody kind of get as much as you can, because this is absolutely not going to be available indefinitely.
So all you have to do, to everyone who's watching, just please download the app and explore the app, and you will earn coins. And stay tuned for more updates on the app that I will be explaining later. So there, the QR code is flashed. So all you have to do is scan the QR and download, and not just download, but you should register and be involved. Be the one who would educate or would empower the users or would empower women, and at the same time just stay there and be empowered. Be a part of the discussion, get to know yourself more on how you spend or on how you should save. Nourish your minds and your brains by reading the articles and the videos. So there, if I may, Miss Rosalia, I will ask a few questions from the comment section first, if that's okay.
Oh,
yeah. So there's a question here that goes, what can we expect from Bixie in the next 10 years? Wow. Very Miss Universe question.
In the next 10 years. So you can actually download our white paper. It's available on our website. It actually shows like our 5-year plan, our 10-year plan, like what we want to happen. So the big vision for Bixie: women currently spend $72 trillion around the world. Spending, okay? Women currently earn or garner only about 1/3 of total global wealth. So even less than 1/3 of what we spend, we actually earn. What I envision for Bixie is a Web3 based global economy where what we spend is also what we earn. Now, this is not sci-fi. This is actually something that already exists in our world. They're called banks. The only difference, banks, actually, the whole business model of a bank is that, when you and I put money in a bank, the bank takes our money, invests our money, takes the percentage of interest that they get from our money and keeps it. They don't actually give us part of that money. What we want at Bixie is all of the money that we collectively invest, we also collectively receive. This is entirely possible in technology. In my last company, this is exactly what we did. I worked for a very large company that was doing just that. So this is the vision for Bixie. I want women, what we spend so what we earn to start reflecting what we spend. Because as we know, when you spend more than you earn, what does that mean? You're in debt. It's one of the reasons why women all around the world are disempowered. It's because we have less than we spend.
Actually, you mentioned a while ago banks, and yes, that Bixie is not an app, and is not a bank.
No.
And the difference of our app with bank. So with that, I would like to ask a question from the comment section of, what are the challenges of being a POC in the women tech industry or in the fintech industry?
Oh, all of them? No. So I mean, the numbers, right? Like I don't even I have so many anecdotes, but I'll just focus on the numbers. Fewer than 2% of female-owned startups, not just in fintech, but female-owned startups, are funded by anybody. And it's not because only 2% of our ideas are good. It's because capital, the guardians of capital, don't look like us. And even if it's not about they're trying, a lot of them aren't even trying to be discriminatory. There is just a human tendency to support things that are familiar. And so, you always feel like, oh, closer to somebody. Oh, we're both Filipina. Oh, we both speak Tagalog. Oh, we're from the same village, right? We have an affinity for people that we have something in common with. But when you're very, very different, it's just not the same affinity and not the same level of support. So I think just at that level, just at the financing level, it's a really big challenge. I think also one of the reasons why a company like Bixie wasn't created, i.e. trying to create a user experience shape for women is because the vast majority of developers are men. So they weren't even thinking that the reason why women don't invest had anything to do with the interface, the experience. They thought, oh, women don't invest because we just don't want to. But that's just not true. And all of us know that because you talk to anyone, we're like, hey, I want to. So then the question is, why aren't you? And it's because the experience isn't something that makes you feel comfortable. And when you only have men who are developing, they might miss those type of details. So those are just some of the challenges that I face as a person of color, as a woman in tech, beyond just like the day-to-day, fun things that people say to me behind my back, all of those things. But that just comes with the territory. You have to accept that when you're doing something that's never been done before, it's not going to be easy. And that's okay.
Actually, there's always challenges whenever you want to build something, or whenever you're always planning to do something good or to be a better person. So there's always something like hindering you, or there's always people discriminating or saying something. So with those challenges or with the setbacks that you experience while putting up this business or while making a mark in the fintech industry, especially for women, how did you bounce back, or how are you bouncing back from those setbacks or from the challenges you mentioned? Because especially in this industry, like you mentioned, it's really dominated by men, right? And it's so much discriminatory, unlike women. So how do you bounce back from those challenges and setbacks?
So I think a couple of things, and I think first and foremost, it is really, really, really important that when embarking on something that's challenging, you have a community. So it's one of the reasons why in the Bixie app, one of the 3 pillars is community, okay? Nobody can build anything by themselves. You can't even build your own financial future strictly by yourself. You need help. You need advice. You need, consultation. You need help. So I have a very, very strong team. I have a very, very strong family. I have a very, very strong Bixie team. I'm not alone. And that is something that, all the steps and all you have are challenges, right? Like, it's fine. I'm not dealing with them by myself. I think the other thing that's really, really, really important is to have a growth mindset. And it's all in your brain. So instead of seeing things as like, oh, I didn't get that deal, or like, oh, this thing didn't work out, I take challenges as, okay, if I can figure out a solution, I'm going to be stronger and I'm going to be better. Right? So I think of pain as actually like a good thing. Like, if I haven't had any challenges in a week, it means I'm not doing enough. It means I'm not pushing myself enough, right? Because then if I'm just comfortable, it means I haven't really done anything that week. So I think what's really hard for a lot of people, and I know this is the case for women, sometimes you have to run towards the thing you don't want to do. Like, run towards the challenge, run towards the difficulty, run towards the 4,000 meter mountain. Just run towards the thing that you're like, I don't want to do this. And I think just that act of being able to do it and surprising yourself makes you a lot stronger. And that's the only way to actually become stronger.
I agree, but hold on. We have a question about the BixCoin. It's from Miss Jana Marino. She says, hello, where can I use the Bixie coins?
So the Bixie coin is available on our platform and can be used to purchase only exclusive offers to our Bixie platform. So if you go into the Bixie app, you'll see a rewards redemption center where we'll list what you can get in return for your BixCoin. Now, this is going to be expanded and expanded and expanded over time. And of course, once the BixCoin becomes available to the wider public, then it becomes one of the cryptocurrencies that's available in the world, like all of the other cryptocurrencies. So go inside of the Bixie app, earn your BixCoin. Once you have BixCoin, you can go into our reward center and you can see what you can get for your BixCoin. I'm not going to tell you right now. You're going to have to go find out and look.
And of course, before you get to use those coins, and before you ask how we can earn it, you have to download the app. So I would reiterate this: download the app. I mean, how can you use the coin if you haven't downloaded the app? So yes, you download the app and watch out for updates and for other amazing updates about the app that you have to look out for and that you have to use. So let's see if she said amazing. Looking forward to use my Bixie coins. Yes. So with that, are there any questions that you would like Ms. Rosalia to answer? How about you, Ms. Rosalia?
Yeah, I have just one last thing I would end on. Not even end on. Okay, so download the Bixie app. I'll do an exclusive. I'll give you 100 BixCoin over the next, tonight, anybody who responds tonight. If you write down what is something that scares you so much, but that you want to do. And I think that, what is your dream? Tell me your dream. Put it inside of the community. Go to Bixie live events. Write your answer. We'll give you 100 BixCoin for that. Because I think the most important thing is don't keep your dream just inside. The second you voice it, it's like dreams have their own life. They'll start that process of coming true. So 100 BixCoin goes to the ladies who tell us their dreams inside of the app. Go to community, go to Bixie Live, do it before midnight tonight, and we'll send you 100 BixCoin. Kickstart your dream journey.
Oh, can I also join?
Right. Do it.
I'll do it for the coins. Okay, so to those who are watching and to those who are even commenting their questions or their reactions, all you have to do is to go to the community circle and write about your dream, and if something that scares you, and what would you do if you had no limits. And yes, you have to believe in yourself that you have no limits, that you're limitless. So yes, download the app now. So Ms. Rosalia, do you have anything else to add before we close this another edition of Let's Talk Bixie Thursdays?
No, I think I'm so looking forward to seeing everybody's dreams. I love seeing all of what our community has in store for themselves. So I'm really excited to see your dreams, and I might even share my own dreams on there as well. So I'll see you in the community. Bye.
Thank you so much. And for those who are watching again, explore the circles, explore the communities. A lot of people there are waiting for you to speak up and to answer your queries, and as well empower each other. So with that, I cannot emphasize this further. Please download the app. Let's be relevant with each other. Download the app. Spend your time browsing and exploring the app. Own the app. Own it. Be it part of your nature, your second nature. And then, of course, when you download the app, I would now share the updates that the app has already. So, wait, hold on. So, okay. As you download the app, we actually have new releases. So for those who have the older version of the app, I'm sure your app is already updated, or I guess you have to update it on your own, and that's the only time that you get to see the new releases of Bixie. So first, the tools have been moved or has been added to the navigation bar. So you just go to the bottom part of your screen and you go to the rightmost. So tools, you get to see your goals and what's your number. Actually, this part of the app is really, really exciting because you get to track your expenses. You get to see how much should you earn, or how much money should you get before you reach this target or you reach this goal, or if you're planning to retire at a certain age with certain amount of money. And then next for the new release is, yes, goals and what's my number are now located in tools like what I mentioned earlier. And next, our interface or our vibe actually is lighter and brighter, and it's pleasing to the eye. So, it's really enticing to go through the app and to scroll because it's so lovely to look at. So there, it's pink and purple. It's my favorite color. It's not that because I'm an army, but it's really nice to look at. It's very, very pleasant. It's like learning, but at the same time, having fun because of the colors. It's not heavy. So there. And next, for the knowledge hub, all you have to do is just search for the articles and videos in the search bar, and you can actually save those videos and bookmark those articles. And that's what I do all the time. Sometimes if I'm sleepy and then I see that interesting article, okay, I'll just read it tomorrow. So I bookmark it. Then the following day, I read it, then I bookmark again, and the cycle goes on. And of course, I always take the quiz after to see if I really understood the article that I read. So of course, for the hot deals, it's actually found on the topmost portion of the homepage of the app. So you can share those goals and hot deals with your friends in the community. So the people that you get to interact with in the community, you can share those goals and hot deals that you find. And most especially, you can see the notifications or the updates or whatever is happening or being talked about in the circles through the notification bell found at the upper right hand corner of the app. So I think I've memorized it already because I've been browsing the app so many times every day. So that's it. And most especially for you to earn those Bixie coins, for those who are asking, how do I get my Bixie coins? So here's one step. You can earn Bixie coins or points by referring the app to your family and friends and to the rest of your network. So you have to click that earn points, earn now, and then you just copy the link. Then you just paste it to whoever you want to send that link to them. That person can download and automatically enters your referral code, and then ta-da, you will get the notification that your friend downloaded. Yes, because I've messaged a lot of people and it's really notifying if they really downloaded the app, so I know. I'm kidding. Okay, so next is, yes, what's my number? You can now set up a goal automatically, and it has a slide ruler, like a range. So you can play with the data or the range of the amount that you want to achieve. So that's it for the updates. So next is we have our white paper. So I know that throughout the talk, we've been mentioning what Bixie is all about and what we do. But for you to know further about what Bixie does, it's all found on our white paper, and just go to our website, which is www.mybixie.com, and it's out in the open. You can browse and take time to read the white paper of Bixie and to get to know what we are up to. So that's it for another Thursday hangout of Bixie. Ms. Rosalia, thank you very much for this night. I actually learned a lot, and I was really looking forward to that climb of yours. I'm like, we have to tell her story about the climb. So thank you so much, and for your advice. It's really moving. So tomorrow I'm a new person because of your words. Wow. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I hope that you learned so much for tonight's talk. And yes, don't forget to download the app and use the points. You have to take the quiz and to refer the app to your friends for you to earn points. And watch out for our updates that will soon be rolling out. So, you have to hang on tight and keep on looking at the app. Okay.
Yeah, we have an amazing new feature coming out at the end of July. So
Yes,
I
I can.
highly encourage you guys get involved.
Yes, personally, I can't wait for that. All right, then. So,
Uh,
here's oh,
last, I just want to announce it again. Remember, Salia said, if you
yes.
comment what is your dream and what is something that scares you, what would you would do
Your
if
dreams.
you didn't have any
Yes.
limits there. So
Yes.
post nyo sa community, pwedeng i-post nyo dun sa post ko kanina about this live event, or tag your friends, pwede nang mag-tag. So you will be able to get, how much again? 100
100.
BixCoins. So yes, I'm gonna join. I'm gonna
Me
join as
too.
well.
Me too. Oh my gosh. 100 is 100. Okay, so I
Yeah.
will write my dreams and all. But first, wait. You actually have to answer the quiz there, or the games part in the app. It actually it will let you earn lots of coins. Actually, that's where I started earning my points from the
Yeah.
game.
On my
Yes.
part, I usually I send my link. I refer people, or I tag people in the community, and that's actually when I noticed. Oh, I actually, when you become part of a conversation, you get 50
Yes.
points. So
So
the
when you
more you
tag
become,
people in the community, you earn points.
yes, I shouldn't have told you that, but yeah, the secret is out.
Okay, okay. Let's end this
The
live. I
secret
will
is
start
out. So
tagging
yeah.
people.
Yeah. So if you notice,
Okay.
I've been tagging people the past days because yeah, I
Yes.
discovered something new. So I hope you do that. See, I shared my hack today. So please do it. Please be in the community. Actually, prior to this live, we actually prepared something that we can interact on before this live. That something that you would do if you didn't have limits. But because of the extra points that you will get, post that to community tonight before midnight tonight. So yeah.
Oh,
Thank you for that
okay,
hack,
you guys enjoy
Annabelle.
all the hacks.
Yes. Okay. Thank
All
you
right,
so
thanks
much.
everyone.
Yes. For another
See you
Thursday
next
of
Thursday.
Let's Talk Bixie. Yes, Mr. Salia, sorry.
No, so see you guys next Thursday.
Yes. We'll definitely see everyone next Thursday, and that's it for another Thursday of Let's Talk Bixie. So enjoy the week. It's Thursday hump day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.